Hi, and welcome to the stage one of the Candela process, that of building the mesh library. Here we're going to construct some meshes that will be used later on as references in lighting a scene. Now, here is an example mesh. It has not been prepared for Candela. It has two shaders on it and fairly light geometry. We open up Candela and we're going to prepare it for light map perception. So there are a couple of stages in this process. One, we're going to decide what it's going to be called in the library. In this case, we'll call it something like wall unit, like so. Okay. Next, we're going to determine where the library is going to be. In this case, it's the default, the C&D mesh library. Now, we select the mesh and hit Geo Prep. It says light map preparation complete. And it doesn't look like anything's happened to it, does it? But if you notice, it's been renamed wall unit. And if you open up the UV editor, you'll notice that in addition to its standard UV set, it has an extra one called light map. Okay, this is the UV set that the light map will ultimately be attached to. In addition, if you open up the hypershade and you graph materials on selected objects, both shaders now have an empty file node called lightmap file that will eventually receive the light map. It's connected to both shaders via the ambient node. Okay? It also has a 2D placement node to make sure that the light map gets attached to the UV set called light map. Okay. So at this stage, one could simply export the file, but it's usually a good idea to go to your UV texture editor and make sure that the UV set is to your liking. You don't want any gaps or weird distortions in it. So take some time, look it over, make sure everything's to your liking. Select your mesh and hit export. There we go. Wall unit underscore unlit exported successfully. Okay, so now we're going to hide this guy, open up our outliner, and we're going to reveal a whole bunch of separate meshes that together will make up a single unit. This is our column, but it's in many pieces. Okay? But that's not a big deal. We can export all this as one mesh. In this case, what we want to do is change the name to something like column unit, like so. Select all the pieces together, and again hit Geo Prep. Light map preparation complete. It has been fused, and again, if we go to the UV texture editor, it has a single UV set for light maps. All right? And we export that one as well, like so. Then finally, we have the last one. Let me hide this guy. The outliner, we have our corner piece. Okay, we'll call this one corner unit. All right, and we hit Geo Prep. Now let's say, for example, you set something you didn't like with your last Geo Prep. You can always hit Geo Clean and remove the UV set, the shaders, whatnot that we just added, so you can start again. Okay? At any time, just hit Geo Prep to reestablish. Cool. So we have corner unit. It's been renamed, and all we have to do now is hit export, and done. Cool. All right, that concludes stage one.